Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And here comes Hollywood, right down Hollywood Lane. Here comes Hollywood, lying to you again. So, now that we've postponed many of the dates where we're going to find out the sentencing for some of the key players in NXIVM, and we've marginalized a lot of what has gone on. There's time that's been pushed aside, and the focal points are now mostly about the glamorized aspects of this. And the E! True Hollywood story is making a comeback. One of their first episodes is going to be on NXIVM. Now, if you notice this, it says sponsored by E! True Hollywood story. Well, so I read through, this PR piece of trash. And you know what was missing? A lot. A lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot. Look, I understand that it's going to sell more when we're talking about the brandings and Smallville and those type of aspects. But what's omitted here really is you're not hearing much about the Bronfmans. You're certainly not hearing about the Hillary Clinton campaign money laundering aspect from 2007. And lo and behold, what I feel is one of the most important parts of this and should be headlines every time that we talk about this and we're putting it into the public arena, it's that Raniere was absolutely 100% a serial pedophile. And I will say that now. From consumer byline on, the evidence is all there. Now, the connections to Emmanuel Salinas, Carlos Salinas' son, are also extremely important because that's the trafficking aspect from Mexico. And then you have the trafficking aspect from Claire Bronfman. And by the way, Amy Dye, thank you so much for the many super chats. Watch AH7, 7th season American Horror Story. Cult. It exposes so much. A lot of people are telling me I need to watch that. I haven't watched any of those, so I don't know if I'm ever going to get to them. It's a lot of watching, but I do appreciate the suggestion. Maybe I do need to watch it. But getting back to this, another thing that seems to be missing are the multiple Rainbow Cultural Garden schools. Now, obviously I haven't seen this yet, but it discourages me when I go through and really you're seeing, listen, what happened to Oxenberg, her daughter, it's appalling. It's awful. The branding is awful. But the child abuse really needs to be called out. And Entertainment Tonight, again, what are they focusing on? This is yesterday. Allison Mack, Smallville. We don't even know when she's actually has a sentencing date. I'm going to go back and let you know, we already talked about Claire Bronfman, and we talked about the bookkeeper there. But now Raniere, see right there, it's Claire Bronfman is supposed to get January 28th. But remember, it's not faces up to 27 months. If she gets 21, she's looking at 21 to 72. If she gets more than 27 months, I think it's, 21. I'm pretty sure it's up to 72. If she gets more than that, she can appeal it. And she's already given, I think it's $6 million as part of this deal. It's an abhorrent deal. It's a drop in the bucket to this woman who spent $14.3 million on the rest of the legal team. And that's Kathy Russell, the bookkeeper. And January 29th is hers. And now we know that Raniere's date is January 17th, somewhere in the middle. Remember, a man that did not put up a defense. Okay? And like I said, we have E.T., we have the E! True Hollywood story. And what I don't like about this Vice article, I don't like a lot about Vice, is that they're saying bringing back E! True Hollywood story is pointless. Well, I don't like the trash that I've seen so far, but pointless? No, they've done some good work. I actually really enjoyed those from the 90s. And for Vice is basically trying to cut out their competition because they do a lot of these documentary style things as well. But what I really wanted to focus on is, look at this. The E! True Hollywood story is just the beginning. We already had the Lifetime docudrama, right? Let's keep going here. Here's where is it? we got more over here. Here's the A&E Investigates Cults and Extreme Belief, which had an entire episode on NXIVM. All right? There was the 2017 documentary Multi-Level Marketing. They're talking about how many of these things are out there, but it's still going on. Here's the thing. We need more of it, because what we're hearing is surface level stuff and not further investigation, while there is even more information. For instance, Raniere himself is trying to salvage the NXIVM tech or whatever patents that he's had as well. The feds are trying to stop him, but this is an aspect of the case we should see. I'm wondering what's actually going to happen when he's sentenced. Is he just taking the fall? Is this Clarence Sarah Brofman cutting him off? Because, again, when you read the indictments, and we have, and you need to see my previous work on this, not only is Claire Brofman facilitating passports based on lies to bring women in, young women in, and I'm sure girls in some cases, teenage girls, to teach at these schools where they have actual toddlers and children. And they're not just all over the country. They have locations in Europe as well. They were shut down one by one by one. Really no talk of that. And like I said, Emmanuel Salinas and what he was involved in, we've only scratched the surface there. Why are these people not being arrested? Why were they all able to cut a deal? Why were none of them called at all as eyewitnesses during the case against Raniere? It's very suspicious, huh? And don't forget, Michael Avenatti was also revealed to be Claire Brofman's lawyer at one point, and she supposedly fainted. I don't know if any of that part is true. I don't know if that was for the drama. But Garagos, who's her lawyer, is another one of these people involved in these big deal cases. And this is a whitewash, in my opinion. Number one, when they do put Claire Brofman away for whatever amount of time, she's also been implicated, her and Nancy Salzman, I believe it's the older Salzman, because both her and her daughter are involved, in a scheme where they were having NXIVM members in 2007 donate the max, I think it was around $2,700 to the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign, the primary campaign. Okay, and then they promised them that they were going to pay them back. That's campaign finance fraud. Where is that on the front page? Why isn't Hillary Clinton being investigated for those type of tactics? I mean, she's taking money, and she's mentored, by the way, by their father, Edgar Brofman Sr. If you don't know that, Edgar Brofman Sr., given the Medal of Freedom by Bill Clinton, head of the World Jewish Congress at one point, in the mega group, all right? So these are high level players, and now what you're going to hear is Hollywood garbage. Hollywood trash. They're going to focus on the sensationalized aspects of this, the branding, the women, the sex, but not the abuse of children, the multitudes of evidence that they had this network via the Rainbow Cultural Garden, the connection to, again, the former president of Mexico's son. I can't repeat myself enough on this. And how deep the Brofman connection really goes. Because it runs deep. Again, I just don't buy that somehow Raniere was this super Svengali and there wasn't some kind of network being used. Because again, when they would be used as younger teenage girls, as they got older and more controlled in this network, they would still be, put out to other people. That's really all I got to say on this update, guys, but we're going to stay on it. If you like my work, I am a documentary filmmaker. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. All available, free, right here, right now. Go to the playlist section. Thumbs this video up. Share it with others. If you're new to the channel, now's the time to join. Join the Burmese Brigade. Ring that bell. But honestly, you want to see the 3 to 7 videos a day that I am putting out, just star this right here. and then you can just come back anytime. I got to GoFundMe. 5, 10, 15 bucks means the world to me. It's how I'm doing it. We're trying to hit that $5,000 goal this month. I'm really pushing for it. So, guys, I thank you very much, and I will see you all on the flip side.